2% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't lived the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and damn, they sent me where the life is be. The level 4 with depth and fights, the type of shit they like to see. True choices fight or flee, I refuse to die a chump. I never been a bitch, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get punked, some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5. Year-long racial fights when homie, all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole, causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, bulldogs and skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF and Gumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. The Northerners was loony, quick to ride up on their rivals. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in their Bibles. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damoos, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IEs, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pie Rules, the Hustlers quick to roll, the Gangsta Crips move, whatever click you choose.
All right, so today I'm gonna be reacting to a video from Nate Dogg 916. This is some of his older content. I don't know if he's still putting out content on a continuous basis, you know, uploading daily or not. I seen him a few months ago, but anyway, let's hop into this video right here.
So I'm in a high desert state prison, right? This is in 1999, right? 1999. And they had just moved me from from D1. This is 99. I was on DR1 building, 124. They had just moved me over to a B facility, which was from a 180 design to a 270 design, right? So I get over there, right? And it's a meeting call, right? They like, I've been over there a couple weeks. Cats know who I am. Homies know who I am already. You know what I mean? I done already checked in, all this stuff. We doing our stuff. They say it's me. Homies call me because I'm from the Heights. Like, hey, bro, come over here. The homie Big Don Moon called me. Bro, what's up, man? This nigga, man, we heard there's some dirt on this nigga name. We heard this dude had like I'm like, y'all see his work? Like, nah, nobody saw that. So nobody had saw his work, right? So I was like, okay.
Now I may have to just bleep that out, right? But basically what he's saying is, man, this dude has some bad charges involving a kid. And for whatever reason, he said nobody had actually saw the paperwork involving that allegation. So that's what's going on right now. And, you know, high desert is a level 4.
At the time, I'm like 23, 24, something like that, right? So I'm like, and this dude is like 36, 38, older brother, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go holler at dude, right? So I tell me and the other young homie, come on, I'm gonna go holler at dude, just to holler, find out, tell him bring his work out, see how he act, right? Because, you know, you ain't just gonna get on the cat with no paperwork, and he from my neighborhood, so, and I had already had it, we had already had it established on that yard that, yeah, we ought to sack car, but because of stuff that was going on the streets where Del Paso Heights and Oak Park wasn't getting along on the streets, that we was like, let's keep it peaceful so everybody still rock together. If it was a Heights issue, let the Heights niggas handle it. And if it was an Oak Park issue, let the Oak Park niggas handle it. So there wasn't no political, oh, but I don't like that nigga for some shit that happened on the street, so I want to get on him anyway. You know what I mean? Like, we had to keep it separate.
What he's describing right there is a great point. I've seen that happen before. So actually, he said he's from Sacramento, right? So you got two hoods out there, you know, and these two hoods, Oak Park and Del Paso Heights, are at times beefing in the street, but on the street, but in prison they're pushing as a collective. So say you have one of these dudes who has done something where he's worthy of getting some form of DP. You may have a dude from another hood on the street, but who pushes with that collective, say, okay, well, you know, let me get old boy, really, and only because he already has a dislike for him. You know, when I told a story, it was called "The Fresno Car Goes Way Too Far." They was pushing similarly. They had different hoods that was beefing on the street, functioning under one umbrella. And so when this dude done something, I don't know what I called him in the story, the youngster, but when T done something, you had dudes who already didn't either like him or like his hood volunteer to discipline him, and that's when they went way too far. And if you haven't seen that story, I'm telling you, that's one of my greater stories. I'm laughing, clowning, doing some impersonations. Check that out. The Fresno Car Goes Way Too Far. But let's hop back into it.
So they came to me like, hey, he a high school nigga, so you got to handle it. Or you going to handle it, or you want us to handle it. So, of course, I'm like, bet, we got this. So I was like, we're going to check out the paperwork first, right? So I go to the dude, like, man, like, hey, bro, what's up, man? We heard some shit on you. Bring your paperwork out on me. Let me read your paperwork. He like, man, I don't even got my paperwork yet. Okay, oh, yeah, and the rumor was it had something to do with his family, right? So we like, bring your paperwork out. He like, bro, I ain't got my paperwork. I could send for it. He didn't even like, he didn't act like standoffish. He's like, bro, what? No chance, man. No chance. He's like, I don't got that paperwork, but I could send for it. Look, but I could give you my sister's phone number. You can call her and she could verify that ain't nothing happened to me. So I'm like, because he trying to say that it was his sister's daughter that the accusation was about. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe if that's the sister that it is. But at the same time, I'm thinking your sister gonna lie for you, right? But I'm like, okay, I'll call your sister. So I get on the phone, right? I get on the collect phone, and I call his sister, right? I call her on three-way because she didn't accept the number at first, right? She just hang up, right? Like, wow, okay. So if she hang up, let me go ahead and call her again, right? So I go to call her again, and I hit the three-way, right? Like, bet. Hey, I know you don't know me. I don't mean no disrespect by calling your phone, but I just want to ask about your brother that's in prison. First thing she say is, fuck that nigga. That nigga my daughter. That nigga molested. Fuck that nigga. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm like, yeah? She like, yeah. I'm like, I bet. Hang up, right?
Now that was a crazy situation right there, right? Because so when they approached this dude right now, keep in mind too, Nate saying that when he came to this yard, this dude was already there, right? So why his collective didn't look into things before then, who knows? I mean, maybe they did and maybe he had lied. I mean, who knows, right? But he's saying when he gets there, a meeting is jumping off about this particular individual. He approaches the dude. The dude says, man, I don't have the paperwork, but I can give you my sister's number for you to call right now. That was crazy right there, because I don't know if the dude was assuming that, the sister would not accept the phone call. Maybe he had been calling and she was not answering the phone. So maybe that's what he anticipated happening in this situation. He didn't anticipate, obviously, Nate having someone call on a three-way line. And so when he gets a hold of her, she confirms the rumor. And so now old boy definitely is in the hot seat. So let's see what takes place after this.
Get away from the phone before they get to listening to the recordings and looking around trying to figure it out, right? So because they listen to the recordings on a different part of the institution, right? Because they listen to the phones. All phone calls can be recorded. They got signs above every phone, right? So that's why they like to keep the phone list, right? So they can see at what time what person was supposed to be on the phone, right? They think they slick, but we got that beat anyway, right? You can sign up fake names anyway. Or just don't talk about nothing you ain't supposed to be talking about, right? But this when I was still young, so but all my mind is like, so I come back out to the meeting. I call a meeting. I don't call it, but I tell the homie, you need to call a meeting. You know what I mean? Because the older homie from Oak Park, the older homie from the park really had the yard, but the homie G1 from my neighborhood, he was on the yard too. But, we know at that time, like I knew that the homie G1 wasn't really, he a known factor, he a known person in my neighborhood, but like he just a known dude from the neighborhood. Like he really wasn't no gang member, right? You're from the neighborhood, but you wasn't really a blood or nothing like that. People got like people like that. Like that's the OG dude from the neighborhood. That's an older dude from the neighborhood. So tell G1, I tell Damu, like we gotta call a meeting, right? So we call a meeting, right? We like, all right, bet. So and then we called a meeting and I'm like, all right, bet, bro, I gotta go, right? Bro, sister, he did that shit. I ain't got the work, I ain't got the paperwork, but he actually gave me a number to his sister to call. The sister said he molested his daughter. So, you know what I mean? And I look at the older homies like, if y'all saying it's a go, then it's a go, right? And they like, yeah, it's a go. Fuck it, it's a go. Because I didn't want no dirt on my name, so getting on nobody for that, without not having no paperwork. So I say, y'all say it's a go, it's a go. So
and so what he's talking about is, getting ready to proceed to attack this individual without it being 100% confirmed in black and white transcripts that this dude was guilty of these bad charges. And so, the dude, when they approached him, man, the dude was stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? The dude, of course, is not going to produce any paperwork that's going to say that, he's guilty of an offense that will get him stabbed up off the yard or ran up off the yard, right? So he gives the number. I'm assuming that they won't be able to get through. Nate calls on the three-way. He gets through. And so really now confirmation from the sister's mouth, the mother of the victim, who it was claimed that this individual, accumulate these bad charges on. She says, yeah, forget that dude. That dude is foul. And so really, this is the number you provided with. You say this is your sister. She says, yes, this dude is no good. So, really, that's just as good or even better than the paperwork.
Older homies, they like, yeah, it's a go. Right? So I'm like, okay, bet. So I said, they like, but we gonna send 2-on-1 because dude ain't no slouch, right? Because dude wasn't no slouch. He cool older dude. He still had his little, he was in a little shape. He was like 5'9", like maybe 170. You know what I mean? Still in shape, So they like, Nate, we gonna send somebody with you. And I'm like, man, I don't need nobody with me. And he's like, nah, we gonna send somebody with you. Who gonna go with him? It's one cat, I ain't even gonna say his name. We'll say unknown nigga, right? Unknown nigga say, now remember, unknown nigga say he used to be affiliated with the BGF, and he used to be affiliated with the Fruit of Islam, and he with the Stuffices and all this other stuff, right? We couldn't decide if he was from Oak Park or from the Heights. He never really said. He just said he lived in both neighborhoods. He's just a sad nigga, right? But he older nigga, right? He like, I'm gonna go with him. I'll go with you. And I'm like, cool. This gonna be easy money, right? Because
let me pause it right there. Now, what he's describing, I've also seen happen before too. He's saying pretty much the dude is not a gang member, right? But he grew up in a certain neighborhood that is claimed by a particular gang, right? And so while he wasn't banging, once he comes to prison, he affiliates with that neighborhood. And so it all depends on how far he's willing to himself go, just like the dude was talking about somebody earlier. He said the dude really wasn't, he wasn't really a gang member like that, but he was a known individual from my neighborhood. You have a lot of people who come to prison and who start banging by association on the streets, even though the real bangers from that particular neighborhood know that, hey, yeah, while this dude may have grew up in my neighborhood, he wasn't really banging like that. So anyway, this is the situation that this dude, Nate, is describing.
you OG, you with the shit. I'm a youngster. I'm gonna just go punch on you hella fast or stab you hella fast. I'm not with the. I wasn't thinking strategic or nothing back then. I was just come straight at you, like straight in your face and get on your bumper, right? So I'm like, I bet. So I tell Brett, all right, how we gonna do this, right? It's yard time, right? Because we like, let's do it right now. Ain't no point in waiting, right? He said, all right, I'm gonna go around the track that way. And when I get almost there, you go from this way, right? I'm like, I bet. So I see him start walking, right? I start walking. He going too slow, right? So I'm like, man, why is he going so slow? Like, let's go, man. Come on. So I start walking towards dude. I see he get like far enough to where if I start walking normal now, that we'd meet up at dude, right? So I start walking, right? Thank you. Right? So I'm like, hey, So I'm like, hey, bruh, hey, I get closer. I'm like, hey, man, let me holler at you. And then he went to look to see, I guess he was looking around to see if anybody, and as soon as he looked, I pulled out Get Down, right? Boom, right? Hit him once, went to hit him again. It got hit like right here somewhere, like by his clavicle, and it got stuck. I guess it got stuck on the bone. It wouldn't come.
Now, his voice got a little low, right, when he was describing that situation, but he's saying, when he got up on old boy went to looking around. Now, I'm assuming at this point, old boy, because he said he's older, 38 years old. So he has to have an idea that, his ass may be on the line, so he's got to be somewhat a little apprehensive, worried about what's going on. But I'm thinking he's assuming that Nate was still unable to get to his sister. So now Nate says when old boy looks around, he pulls out the get down. So he's talking about that thing, that kisu, that sharpened weapon, that blade, so on and so forth, man. That metal. Some people call it a shank, but that's what he said. He pulled out the get down. And so he commenced to, getting cracking on this dude with bad charges. He hit him, and he said it felt like it got stuck somewhere on a bone or something.
Right? I guess it got stuck on a bone. That's how hard it punctured right here in the middle right here, because that's where it was stuck at, right? And I couldn't get it off, or my hand slipped off or something. I don't remember. It happened so fast. So, but this dude is still bullcrapping, walking slow, right? A cat, and I'm going to shout him out. I ain't even going to shout him out. But a Crip from Sacramento, because I don't want to say his name. A Crip from Sacramento that knew that the whole little work was going to go down. Seeing that the other dude didn't come, he hopped up, or he came off the handball court and rushed the dude. Pop, pop, pop. He like, go. Pop, pop, pop. He look at me. Go wash your hands, man. Pop, pop, pop. Whoop him. Yeah, he fall down. We in damn near in the blind spot. I'm halfway by the gym by the sinks. I'm almost to the sinks when they start saying get down. So I keep walking, right? I get to the thing, wash my shirt, wash my hands off, pull the blue shirt off, leave the blue shirt up under the pisser and walk away on the track. Then I get down, right?
So now what he's describing, dude who was supposed to go with him on the mission, obviously flaked. Now, even though this Crip, who is not obligated or involved in this, because the Crips from Sacramento and the Bloods from Sacramento, they push in two different entities, of course, but they obviously had gave those guys a warning, right? So now sometimes when you have dudes from the same town, you may get more of a warning than somebody else, because you'll have, you guys will know each other. Sometimes you may, some of your homies may date some of their homegirls, so on and so forth, or whatever. Maybe you guys grew up in middle school together, and once you started gang banging, you took separate paths, but you still have a bond, especially being in prison, being at least from the same city, even though you may be on opposing sides of the rag, it's still going to give you a strong bond. So like they go and give everybody a courtesy heads up, like, hey man, we get ready to handle their business. Obviously, they let somebody in the Sacramento Crip car give more detail about, and I'm just trying to piece this together. They gave them more detail on why they was going to get this particular individual. So now these dudes from Sac, the Crips, of course, they're paying attention, and they have a little bit more vested interest in this situation because old boy is from their city. So when the Crip notices that the dude who was supposed to go with him is not helping, he takes it upon himself to get in there and help. And what he came in on the ass end of was a play that's sometimes known as the bomber play. And so what that consists of is you'll have a couple of individuals, and you may have one dude stab the dude, right? He initially stabs the victim. Then you'll have two dudes who sometimes people refer to them as the bombers. They go over there and they start fighting and attacking the dude. The dude with the weapon, he gets away, he goes. And that's what the dude was telling the man, go, get up out of here, go, go wash your hands. And go get rid of the knife. And so when the correctional officers see what's going on, they come over there, they get the dudes. Both dudes, of course, are going to be going to the hole. But if they can't find the knife, it's going to really just turn out to be a mutual combat, because with so many people in prison, anybody could have stabbed this dude, right? And then for whatever reason, these other two individuals started fighting. So shout out, man, to whoever he's talking about. He came over there, he saw what was going on. He stood up and got involved in something that he really didn't have to be involved in, man. So let's get back to it.
Get out, boom. Get down by the work center. Nobody know nothing, right? They come to get the dude. I'm looking at homies like that. Now in my mind, right? I'm like, that nigga gotta get it, man. That nigga next. The nigga that didn't come, that was supposed to come with me. So I'm like, all right, bet. They take the yard in, right? 4 block, get up, go in. I go in, I look at G1, I'm like, yeah, you know what's next? You know what's next? I didn't got away, I'm good. I'm like, you know what's next, right? You're like, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, G1 used to try to keep the peace. And this is before the homie Suicide came over there, so I couldn't really say nothing because I ain't really have no real rank like that. I was just a soldier. So I ain't have the right to really tell the older homies what to do. I couldn't. I was just a rider, man. I was just, if it's my turn to go, it's my turn to go. So go back in the building. I'm telling Melly, man. I'm like, Melly, that nigga gotta go, bro. Y'all heard me talk about my Sally Melly Mel before, the little homie from the Manors, right? I'm like, bro, that nigga gotta go, bro. That nigga gotta go, bro. On my mama, man, that nigga gotta go. So I'm walking the chow. We walked the chow. This is when we still walk to the big chow hall on the 270 yard, right? So we walked to the chow hall, right? And we walked to the chow hall, and G1 come through. He come sit at my table, right? He like, hey, old boy RB wanna holler. Oh, G1, matter of fact, G1 worked in the kitchen. He used to be able to walk through the tables. He said, hey, man, RB wanna holler at you, man. Oh, I said his name, huh? Whatever, RB, yeah. RB wanna holler at you, man. I'm like, you wanna holler at me for? I said, hey, G1, ain't nothing to talk about, bruh. If he out there, when I go out there, I'ma sock him in his shit, man. I'ma get on him. G1 said, man, come on, man. Nate, just talk about this shit, bruh. I'm like, all right, I'll talk to him. But see, I'm saying that to the OG, right? But in my head already, I'm like, nah, man. Nah. Nope. Because I know the rules. I was young, but I still knew the rules, man. And I knew that in any other yard, homie, dude would get smashed for taking a mission and not going and doing it.
Now, it's crazy, right? At times when I see people doing prison content, talking about the times that I was in prison around the times, man, a lot of these individuals I know, or I believe that I know, right? And so I'm not 100%, right? But he slipped up like I do sometimes. When you're telling a story and you tell the story how it happens, and even if you're trying not to use real names, at times you accidentally slip up and use real names because you're getting amped up, you're remembering the story, you're telling it as it happened, and you call the dude by his name. But anyway, he just said RB, man. I got a feeling I know RB. I'm not 100% sure, but I got a feeling I know RB. Like a lot of times, man, I tell a story. I'll try to withhold the names. There'll be people in the comments who were there, and they'll put the dude's names out there, man. So yeah, sometimes it happens.
If it's your turn to go, it's your turn to go. Don't sign up for this shit and then be in this shit and raise your hand and then not go do the mission. What if dude would have flipped on me and stabbed me? You basically left me for dead.
Good point.
So I'm heated on 2 different levels because you basically left me for dead. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I come out. I tell Melly, like, you finna get on him, huh? As soon as I get close. As soon as I get close enough. So we walking up the track by the education. If you've been to High Desert BR, if you've been to prison and you've been to High Desert BR, you coming past the program from the Chow Hall going towards 5 block. By the education, the dip bars is right there, right? At the education is in the visiting gates right there, right? So he's waiting right there by the dip bars. So he come to the track, right? He's like, hey, Dave, bro, let me holler at you real quick, homie. I'm like, what's poppin', man? What's happening, man? What's up? I'm walking towards him. What's up, man? And as soon as I get close enough, I get off. Bam, right? Catch him. Ooh. He fall back. And then he spin and try to run, but he run right towards my celly. And he spin towards my celly spin around in 2 pieces. Bam, bam. And he run the other way, right? Up the track. And there was a guard. What saved him, because I run through the dirt. I'm coming around this other way trying to catch him, right? What saved him is that the guard was coming at a 5 block. And the only thing that got me caught, because nobody seen me put my hands on him. The guard saw me running after him. Put the yard down. Boom. Put us in the cages, right? Put us in the cages. I'm like, yeah, nigga. Yeah. I need that. Yeah. I need that. I'm like, okay. We go in the cages. Cold part is the dude that got busted on is in the cages still. He had went out to medical and came back, right? And he just looked at me like, what's up, youngster? I just looked like, nigga, whatever, nigga. I'm gonna kill you if I catch you, nigga, right? He looked at the other nigga like, yeah, he got on you because you was supposed to come, huh? You thought they was gonna let that shit slide? So basically, I basically not had to, but I put in two pieces of work on the same day, right? So, you know, we tell the guards, they like, what y'all was doing? Oh, I was just horse playing, man. We was just playing around, man. Y'all can put us back in our cells, right? They put us back in our cells. We in different buildings, right? I tell Melly, I'm beating that nigga up again as soon as I catch him. Then the G homies come to the building, call me out the next morning before dude come out the yard. Hey, man, look. I ain't gonna say no names, but I had to respect the call, right? I had to. Like, hey, bruh, you already put hands on dude. You and your celly hit dude in the face. All this other stuff. This ain't something he should be getting removed for. We letting him pass. I think there was some other politics involved, but I was a youngster, so I stayed out of it, right? If I had the keys at the time, he'd have to go. If I ever had the keys, he would have to go. I never had.
Yeah, you know, that was something that happens as well too. You know, he said the guards kind of seen something, didn't really see the full scenario, but they seen a little bit, right? And they told the guards, hey man, we were just horse playing. The guards know that more than likely they wasn't horse playing, but the guards don't want to get caught up and have to do the paperwork and all that old type of stuff. So if you tell them, okay, man, we don't have a problem, sometimes they'll have you sign what's known as a marriage chrono, and it's saying that me and this dude don't have no problem. And what it does is the marriage chrono, basically, it relieves the administration of any potential lawsuits should these two dudes happen to go back to the yard and one of them do something to the other, right? So yeah, I'm in this video right here, man. Once again, the name of the channel is Nate Dogg 916, man. If you're not up on this channel, go check him out. He got some great stories. All his stories, I believe he done 16, 17 years, somewhere around there. All his stories are on the 4-yard, though. During the whole time of him doing time, he was always on the 4-yard. And so he definitely has a lot of interesting stories. Anyway, man, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.